If you recently found out that you're a 1-3 profile in human design and you want to understand more about what that actually means, then this is the video for you. Hi guys, my name is Veronica. I'm a mindset coach and human design guide with over 15 years experience in helping women achieve their version of success. Last year I discovered human design and it completely changed my life. It changed the way that I do business, it changed the way that I show up in the world, and most of all, it changed the way that I feel about myself. So if that sounds good to you, then make sure you subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on the 1-3 profile. But before we dive in, just in case you're new to human design, let's cover the basics. So what is profile in human design? Profile in human design shares insights about two particular things. One, how you see yourself, and two, how other people see you. There are 12 different profiles in total, and these profiles will always be represented by two numbers. For example, a 1-3 for you watching this today, someone else could be a 2-5, someone else could be a 5-2. So there are different combinations of these numbers, and the different combinations make up the different profiles. I will be going through each of the profiles in separate videos, so stay tuned if you're interested in finding out more about any of the other profiles. The first number in your profile is also known as the conscious number or personality number. This gives you insights into how you tend to see yourself, into what comes natural to you, and a natural state of being that you're usually aware of. The second number, on the other hand, can give you insights into how other people see you and the kind of energy that you put out into the world, sometimes without even recognizing it. This is known as your unconscious number or your design number. When these two numbers come together with their own individual energies and qualities, they create an overall archetype that can give you more information about your character as a whole and about the different ways that you might be perceiving yourself versus how other people perceive you. This information is then hugely helpful in improving your self-awareness and just learning to accept and embrace the different aspects of your character. This isn't about having to choose between one version of you and another. It's about embracing both and finding ways to create balance and harmony so that you can be everything that you are and feel whole in the way that you show up in the world. For those of you who like detail, and if you're a 1-3 watching this, then I'm sure that you do, because you guys love to understand how things work and to gather information, let's talk about what it is on your chart that will determine your profile. In order to identify your profile by simply looking at your body graph, what you want to look at is your sun gate in both your personality and your design. And specifically, you're interested in the number after the decimal point on each side. For example, as you'll see here, the conscious number on the personality side is a 1, and the unconscious number on the design side is a 3. This will give you a profile of 1-3. Each of the numbers correspond to 6 different lines in the human design chart, and each line has its own qualities and brings its own energies with it. So in order for me to explain your 1-3 profile, I first want to share with you some of the qualities, some of the characteristics that come with the line 1 in your profile and the line 3 in your profile. Line 1 is known as the Investigator. This means that people with a line 1 are the kinds of people who love to learn, they love to understand things, they love to find things out. These are the people that tend to feel more confident, more competent, more comfortable the more information they're armed with. They love facts, they love truth, they love to have a really strong foundation of understanding and knowledge. A line 1 is someone who loves to be well prepared. These are the people that show up to the meeting having done the research. These are the people that will go on a holiday having looked at the itinerary. There's this love for understanding, for searching, for discovering, for getting to the bottom of things. These are the Googlers of the friendship group. These are the people that you go to when you need something researched in depth because they love to do it. They can very easily fall into those rabbit holes of information, trying to always gain a deeper and deeper understanding of what might be going on, or of how something works, or of how something started. So for you, gathering information, gathering knowledge, gathering facts, this is how you establish yourself in life. This is how you learn to position yourself and how you learn to move through life with confidence. And for you, it's not just about being well informed. You guys have a real appreciation for knowledge, and I wouldn't be surprised if your motto is something like knowledge is power, because you guys can truly appreciate the impact that having information and being well informed can have on everything that we do. Now, moving on to line number 3. Line number 3 is known as the Martyr. This line is all about experimenting, trying things out, learning as you go along, putting yourself out there, doing things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, and constantly learning through that process. This line is also about gathering knowledge, but in a different way compared to line 1. So whereas line 1 is all about researching and gathering information and getting to the bottom of things, line 3 is about learning through experience. Line 3 is about experimenting. Line 3 is about going out there, trying things out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, and then learning through experience. You guys are the types of people who can truly say, been there, got the t-shirt. What people with this line often find challenging is that we are brought up in a world that celebrates success and things working out and criticizes failures or things not going as planned, or maybe making a decision and then changing your mind, quitting. So often the conditioning that line 3s face is this constant environment that tells them that their desire to experiment and to get things wrong so that they can learn from them is wrong. And that's a piece of conditioning that we all face, but line 3s in particular, because their way of moving through life involves getting things wrong, because often that is the best way to learn anyway. So line 3s are not here to be afraid to fail. In fact, they are here to remind us how important failing is. Because number 1, it shows that you're trying, it shows that you're doing something. And number 2, it will highlight what still needs to be learned, or what needs to be improved, or what needs to be changed in order to make progress, in order to grow, in order to evolve. You're here to embrace failure and to remind everyone else of how important it is to do that. So the sooner you start to learn and embrace the value in failing, the sooner you are going to gather the experiences and the information you need to really show up as your most confident and accomplished self. So now, as we bring these 2 different numbers, these 2 different lines and their individual qualities together, we can look at the 1-3 profile as a whole. The 1-3 profile is known as the establisher of knowledge and truth. And one of the ways to bring harmony between these 2 different lines is to understand that your knowledge will change over time. What you believe to be true and factually correct will evolve as you grow and as you go out into the world and experience things. Yes, gathering information and being well prepared is so important, and that's one of your gifts that you can offer to everyone else as well, your ability to really get to the core of things. But what is equally important is for you to go out there and put that knowledge into practice. Test your theories and see what works in the real world, not just on paper. What we believe to be true 100 years ago, in some cases, is completely the opposite to what we believe to be true now. So as we evolve as a species, as you go through your own life journey, your beliefs, your opinions, your thoughts will also change over time, and that's completely natural. So this is a great reminder for you that it's okay to change your mind. In fact, change is the only constant. The only way that we can evolve and improve and move forward is to have the flexibility to constantly challenge and check in with what we believe to be true, with what we believe to be correct. And if in that process you recognize that something you believed 5 years ago no longer serves you, no longer makes you happy, no longer feels right, feels aligned, it's okay to let it go. It's kind of like a snake shedding its skins. That skin served you well and protected you and gave you what you need at the right time. And then it was okay to let it go so that you can grow into the next version of you with a new skin or new beliefs, new opinions, new thoughts. Because of your ability to gather knowledge and to really understand a subject, to become an expert in a particular field of interest to you, you will over time go from being a student to being a teacher. You will have gathered so much information that the only thing left to do is to share it with others. Now, through the initial period of learning and of educating yourself and of trial and error and experimenting and trying things out, it's really important for you to seek guidance, to seek maybe mentorship, to seek support so that you can allow yourself to go through that trial and error phase that you need in order to evolve and move to the next level. Mostly because, as I mentioned, there's a lot of conditioning and a lot of negative narratives attached to what it means to try and fail. And so sometimes if you don't have the right support around you, you can block yourself from even trying to do things because you are more focused on getting things right rather than on learning and on acquiring the knowledge you need to move to the next level. So 1-3s, look out for people that can support you, that can encourage you, that can mentor you, especially in the first season of life as you're moving through and learning as much as you can. And trust that as you go through that journey yourself, you will then reach a point where you become the expert, where you have gathered so much both theoretical and practical knowledge that you will be able to share that with others, like I said, and educate the rest of us. Because you will inevitably be the kind of person who knows their stuff, and you will inspire trust in other people with the amount of knowledge and expertise that you will have gathered, that you probably already have plenty of. So the work for you is to start to recognize your own knowledge, to start to recognize your own power, to allow yourself the space and the safety to continue to grow and to continue to go through this journey of understanding more about the things you want to understand, and then trusting yourself to know enough. Because sometimes 1-3s can get stuck into the cycle of always feeling like they need to know more before they can take action. So look out for that as a 1-3. That's a piece of conditioning that often I have to help my clients work through on a mindset level and a behavioral level, because it can keep them from really stepping into their full power, their full authenticity, and can block them off from truly thriving and being happy doing what they were built to do, which is to be the establisher of knowledge and truth and to share that with others. So that is a brief summary of the 1-3 profile. You guys rock, you're amazing, keep learning, keep sharing what you learn with us, keep us educated, keep us curious, keep us understanding more about who we are, what we do, how we do things. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, and if you're a 1-3 watching this, I'm sure that you do, so leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you would like to go even deeper and understand your design even more, then I do invite you to check out my human design readings or any of the services I offer on my website. Come and connect with me on Instagram if you haven't done so already, and I hope to see you here next week. Bye guys.